The top story this evening, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping held their first bilateral meeting in 5 years on the sidelines of the BRICS Summit in Russia's Kazan. The meeting comes days after the nations agreed on a border patrolling arrangement in eastern Ladakh. Ties between India and China had deteriorated rapidly after troops clashed at Ladakh's Galwan Valley in June 2020. The Prime Minister, in his statement, said that mutual trust and respect were crucial to ties between the nations. Jinping said that both nations should handle disagreements and differences properly.
भारत और चीन के संबंधों का महत्व केवल हमारे लोगों के लिए ही नहीं, लेकिन वैश्विक शांति, स्थिरता और प्रगति के लिए भी हमारे संबंध बहुत अहम है। एक्सेलेंसी, सीमा पार पिछले 4 वर्षों में उत्पन्न हुए मुद्दों पर बनी सहमति का हम स्वागत करते हैं। सीमा पर शांति और स्थिरता बनाए रखना हमारी प्राथमिकता रहनी चाहिए। म्यूचुअल ट्रस्ट, म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट और म्यूचुअल सेंसिटिविटी हमारे संबंधों का आधार बने रहना चाहिए।
For both sides to keep to the trend of history and the right direction of our bilateral relations. It's important for both sides to have more communication and cooperation, properly handle our differences and disagreements, and to facilitate each other's pursuit of development aspirations. It's also important for both sides to shoulder our international responsibility, set an example for boosting the strength and unity of the developing countries, and to contribute to promoting multipolarization and democracy in international relations.
PM Modi and President Xi Jinping had their first proper bilateral meeting in 5 years, and definitely the first after the Galwan attacks. Both leaders agreed that it was very important to implement the recent agreement reached between the two countries, and that was very important for revival of normal bilateral relations between the two nations. Prime Minister Modi underscored the importance of properly handling differences and disputes and not allowing them to disturb peace and tranquility. Both leaders instructed the special representatives, that is, Ajit Doval on the Indian side and Wang Yi on the Chinese side, to meet at an appropriate date to start working out measures to implement the recent agreement between the two sides. When asked to clarify as to what does the arrangement agreed upon by India and China really entail, the Foreign Secretary said that in 2022 they had reached an agreement with China to disengage in certain areas along the LOC. There were remaining tension points and friction points along Depsang and Demchok, and now the agreement covers all the pending issues between the two countries. When asked whether this will lead to removal of forces from the LAC and whether the troops will not have to face another harsh winter at the LAC, the Foreign Secretary said that this question would be best answered by the Indian Army and the Indian Armed Forces as well. But hopefully, considering that the agreement between the two sides have been endorsed by both Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping, this will pave the way for normalization in bilateral relations as well. He also said that India and China had been working on disengagement for a very long time, and they also thanked Russia for providing a venue for talks.
Right, Parikshit, many